Filthy Animals. Ben from Blockbuster Mentality here, doing another video in our Blockbuster Ranked series. Today I'm ranking all 8 live-action Star Wars films from my least favorite to my favorite. Again, this is a personal list, not doing the IMDb rating or Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that, just how my personal feelings on it. And I don't want to turn it into a prequel bashing session or anything like that, because say what you will about the prequels, I'm happy we got them. I like that they are, being interconnected in all the new Star Wars canon, like the books and the comic books. I like some aspects of the prequels, like the politics, and just, this isn't going to be a prequel bashing session. Yes, they aren't that great, but all right, moving on. All right, so here you go. My number 8 in the Star Wars films would be The Phantom Menace, my least favorite of the Star Wars films. Highlight, obviously, Darth Maul. There you have it. Also, again, touching on the politics, I liked that you sort of saw the beginnings of Palpatine kind of manipulating his way in there and persuading people, and just I liked that aspect of it, just him kind of in the shadows, and how that got all started, and just his little interaction with Anakin at the end was quick and subtle, but I appreciated that. It's low on my list because Jar Jar, Gungans, midichlorians. Again, not a prequel bashing session, I swear. Number 7, Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. What did I like about this one? I liked the whole, Geonosian aspect of it. I liked that they introduced Count Dooku and how the clone army was introduced in particular. I actually kind of like when Obi-Wan's looking for the planet and he goes into Yoda when he's with all the younglings, and Obi-Wan's shows them the map, and just the music with that was kind of cool. And just when he does get to the Camino, that sounds like something in Japan, but the planet, but but that's where you first run it. The clone army's introduced, which is huge in the Star Wars universe now. It had a series off of it, and they still play off of it in the movies, along with the Star Wars Rebels, the comic books, things like that. So again, I still appreciate the prequels just for what we're getting now with the new canon. So Attack of the Clones, what I didn't like about it, Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman wasn't that great in it. The Yoda lightsaber fight was a little overrated. But again, not a prequel bashing session, I swear. Number 6, I have Revenge of the Sith, the most tolerable of the prequels. The prequels. Revenge of the Sith. Come on. It's where Darth Vader's introduced. It's where we first see him in action. Well, I guess we see the human form of him in action. We don't see it. Everything was building up to this, and we were going to see lots of Darth Vader in this movie. Actually, no, he's only in it for the last couple minutes or so. But it's the most tolerable of the prequels. I can certainly say that. But in all honesty, loved the manipulation again with Palpatine, how he manipulated Anakin, and into thinking he can use these dark force powers for good, into saving people, and that kind of even sheds more light on Return of the Jedi, and how he was able to turn, because he always had this, he really did it for good because he wanted to save the one he loved, but it just comes back to the dark side is evil. You can't do it. You can't do it. Things I didn't like about it, I'd say, no! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. You will try. No! But again, this is not a prequel bashing session. It's not. All right, my number 5 Star Wars film. This is where it gets they're all great from here. They're all great. Again, it wasn't a pure prequel bashing session, but they're all great from here. So where I have them on this list, I love them all. These next 5 I absolutely love. So what I have at my number 5, don't be misled. Don't think, oh my goodness, whoa, you don't like it? I love it. Okay, but it might be because the other ones are fresh in my mind. My number 5 is Episode 4, A New Hope. Wait. Let's just hold back. Just, I love this movie. This is what started it all, 1977. Love this movie. Come on, it's adventure. We learn about the Force, and it's not just a count. It's not a midichlorian count. It's just, it's what, binds the galaxy together. It surrounds us. It penetrates us, right? I mean, everything that's been said about this movie has been said. It's not really much new to say about it, but come on, I'm going to talk about it more when I give you my number 4 here, because my number 4 is Rogue One, but I don't know if that would be the case if it wasn't for A New Hope. So these two kind of coincide. They kind of correlate a little bit. Rogue One just added so much more depth to A New Hope that if it wasn't for A New Hope, we wouldn't have appreciated Rogue One so much, and I wouldn't have appreciated A New Hope so more. Much more. But I don't know. It's at my number 4. Probably because it's fresh in my mind. That whole last act, the third act, the Scarif battle on the beach was just. The second time I watched it, I appreciated that scene more, because the whole time in this movie, I'm waiting. All right, where's Darth Vader? Where's Darth Vader? Where's Darth Vader? Spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen Rogue One, don't watch this video. But yeah, I mean, that whole Darth Vader scene at the end. That's what I was waiting for when I first saw it. So I mean, that's obviously the highlight for me is the Darth Vader scene, because that's the Darth Vader we've always feared. That's the Darth Vader that they were afraid of when touching on A New Hope, when they first arrive on the ship in A New Hope. He sends all the stormtroopers in at first. He's like, I've already done this. All right, you guys, I'm not doing everything. You guys get in there, take care of the rebels. I'll come in and do some cleanup. Because of that end scene in Rogue One, he just tears them apart and just, again, adds so much more depth to A New Hope. And that's what I love about it. But again, watching it a second time, I just appreciated that whole beach scene more and more. I'm just so glad Disney had the balls to kill everybody in the movie, all the new characters we loved. K2SO, come on. First character besides Darth Vader, I think I've mentioned. So A New Hope, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Grand Moff Tarkin. There you go. All right. So yeah, number 4, Rogue One. I just love that it just added the depth it added to A New Hope, and I thought it was just a fantastic film. My number 3 is The Force Awakens. Oh, The Force Awakens. This just totally exceeded my expectations. This is me at the end credits of The Force Awakens. That was me. That's just how I felt. I was so giddy after that movie, just when she, the music of her walking up the stairs and then handing Luke the lightsaber. It's like, there's Luke. That's what we've been wondering about this whole time. And they show him it's just the movie that's just there to say Star Wars is back. We're here to stay. This is what we can do. I don't care what you say about it being a rehash of A New Hope. Get out of here. It's not a rehash of A New Hope. It's bringing in new generations, kids who've never seen Star Wars before. It's introducing it to them. Yes, it has callbacks to the originals, pays homage to it a little bit, but it's its own thing. I fell in love with these characters. Rey, I loved her so much more than I thought I would. She is one of my new favorite characters. Poe, Finn, just all of them. So there you have it. Force Awakens, my number 3 Star Wars film of all time. My number 2 would have to be Return of the Jedi. It's probably the film I watched most as a kid, and was my number 1 as a kid probably for the longest time. But Return of the Jedi, my number 2 film. Ewoks, right? Just I mean, mainly the third act in this film as well. I mean, obviously when you're a kid, you're enthralled with Jabba and the Ewoks you actually like, but the whole last act with just Luke and Darth Vader and the space battle there was just so captivating. And again, everything that's been said about the originals has already been said, but there you have it. My number 2, Return of the Jedi, and number 1, Empire Strikes Back. Come on, that's, I think, the majority of Star Wars fans, that's going to be their number 1. Obviously not all, I'm not saying all. If it's not your number 1, don't blame you at all, because all of them are great. This isn't a prequel bashing session. But Empire Strikes Back, there's so much depth to that movie. I didn't, realize it as a kid, but the more I watched it as an adult, there's just so much depth to it, and that's where we really saw Darth Vader for the first time. I mean, that's where we saw the Darth Vader we know and love, just how scary he can be. He's in charge, and just that is his film, and it's just the way they made that sequel a darker film and ended kind of on a bad note. It wasn't a happy ending at all. Han is gone. Luke lost a hand, found out that the bad villain is his father. Are you kidding me? Just the whole Shakespearean type, element to it is just amazing. Spoiler alert, by the way, Luke Skywalker is the son of Darth Vader, who used to be Anakin Skywalker. But I just love the depth to it. Just starts with that, I like how they changed the setting. The first film is in the sand. The next film starts in the snow on Hoth, and just they introduce you to more things. You see Yoda. You learn even more about the Force, and just all around, this is just the epitome of Star Wars. This is where it's at. Empire Strikes Back. There you have it. My favorite Star Wars films from least to best. Number 8, The Phantom Menace. Number 7, Attack of the Clones. Number 6, Revenge of the Sith. Number 5, A New Hope. Number 4, Rogue One. Number 3, The Force Awakens. Number 2, Return of the Jedi. And number 1, The Empire Strikes Back. Let me know your rankings in the comments below. I really want to know. Please, just let me know. Come on. Just do it. Just do it. Am I totally wrong? Did you like the prequels like I did? It's not a prequel bashing session. Come on. Tell me how much you love the prequels in the comments below. Tell me how crazy I am for having Rogue One ahead of A New Hope, and also The Force Awakens ahead of Rogue One and A New Hope. Tell me how crazy I am in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Check out our other videos here. Check out our podcast every Friday called Blockbuster Mentality on iTunes. But that's it for me. I'll catch you guys at the movies.